We are living in a moment where artificial intelligence is moving out of the server room and into executive cabinet positions. The Albanian government, led by Prime Minister Edi Rama, formally appointed a virtual AI named Diela, alongside 83 yet-to-be-born robot deputies, as ministers of state. This follows Saudi Arabia's decision to grant full legal citizenship to Sophia, a humanoid robot. We're even seeing corporate equivalents. A Polish beverage company recently handed the CEO title over to an experimental AI robot named Mika. While these moves might look like isolated PR stunts, they shift the baseline of what we consider normal. They make the idea of autonomous, non-human leadership a reality, paving the way for serious, legally binding policy proposals. Which brings us to India. Governing a population of over 1 billion people requires a massive administrative bureaucracy, and paying for that human workforce creates a staggering financial burden. Right now, a radical, anonymous proposal is circulating through Indian tech policy circles, aimed directly at Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The pitch is straightforward: drastically reduce government expenditure by replacing substantial numbers of human officials with autonomous AI agents. This vision targets the highest levels of the bureaucracy, suggesting that national data regulation should be handed directly to non-human entities for the sake of maximum financial efficiency. To understand why this is gaining traction, specifically, Rule 23 of the Act requires the Ministry of Information Technology to appoint a human secretary in charge. That secretary is handed an almost impossible task: personally auditing massive corporations to determine if their data collection practices warrant classifying them as a significant data fiduciary. Think about the sheer human capital required to manually audit the network architectures of the largest tech platforms in the country. It takes armies of analysts and months of review. This legal requirement creates a permanent, highly expensive bureaucratic logjam. For efficiency advocates, it is the perfect target for an automated solution. The anonymous corporate official behind this proposal has a specific fix. The ministry should simply appoint an agentic AI to bypass the human bottleneck and act as the secretary itself. First, the AI secretary directly logs into a target corporation's network architecture. It cross-references personal data collection against an updating legal risk profile. Finally, it autonomously generates a legally binding declaration of the corporation's status, completely bypassing human review. If the pilot works, the long-term vision is to expand the system to replace 50% of all government secretaries and 75% of administrative staff nationwide. It is the ultimate technocratic dream, a frictionless, extremely cheap government apparatus running entirely on autonomous code, without human delay. Digital policy experts immediately pushed back. Even the legal platforms that originally published the proposal, for the sake of public debate, firmly oppose actually implementing it. The pursuit of pure efficiency misses a crucial detail. A government audit is a legally binding assessment, subject to judicial review. The moment one of these massive corporations decides an AI's legal assessment is wrong and challenges it in court, the entire autonomous system breaks down. An artificial intelligence cannot take the witness stand to explain its reasoning. A judge cannot hold lines of code in contempt of court. If an autonomous system issues a false or damaging risk assessment against a major company, the algorithm itself cannot bear the legal liability for the financial fallout. This is why policy frameworks insist on an alternative structure. Every AI application deployed in governance must have a designated human handler. That human handler must absorb all legal risk, taking full responsibility for the calculations and decisions generated by the AI agent. While artificial intelligence offers governments the promise of radical administrative efficiency, the foundation of the law requires accountability. Liability is a burden only a human can carry.